Here we are.
Yeah, looks nice blonde. That looks good.
Oh, I was just telling her about it. I'm coming to New York. I'm planning a trip and go to New York. She's gonna take me to her hairdresser so I can get my summer blonde back.
Here we go.
I got to get my summer blonde. I have. It was way before we met, and I love my summer blonde. And I do it. I was doing it myself, but now that I've got some grays up in here, yeah, that over the counter shit don't work no more. It just literally turns. Yeah, and I don't want gray hairs anymore. I'm done.
Yeah,
nothing wrong with being a silver fox.
Well, that's good for some people, but not me. Sorry, I don't judge. That's all on y'all. I'm good.
That's funny.
Oh boy, Married at First Sight. All right, so here's the plan. Vanessa's gonna watch Married at First Sight UK.
Yes.
And then we bringing this back to the table because America, in my Beyonce voice, America, we have a problem.
Yeah.
America needs to tighten up and do what the UK and the Aussies are doing. Because UK and the Aussies are doing the same. It's the same thing.
Did they start first? Did we steal it from them? Because that usually all the good stuff.
Probably.
In the UK.
I think we stole from Australia.
Okay.
You know what? I have not, this American version, I have not gone to a commercial waiting for it to come back again. Like, oh my God, what's going to happen? I haven't had that feeling in a long time on the American one. And I had it 3 times in UK in this last episode going, oh, wow. Oh, come on, commercial. Let's go. Let me see. It's so much better. So much better.
Oh yeah. The UK one, literally, I have to say, when they post the episodes and I watch them, I'm like craving for more. I don't know about you, Chris. Like when it's ending, like when Married at First Sight America ends, I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ. That was like after the after party, and after that, I'm like, wow, that was like an hour and 9. That was like 90 minutes of my life that I'll never get back. But here we are. UK, I'm like, woo! Like, can we get a preview?
And not only that, they've picked couples. They put people together who really they know what they're doing in terms of you may not see it right yet or something, or they may not even see it yet, but you can see why they're put together, as opposed to Gina and Clint, or like.
Let's just get into it. We'll talk about people. We're going to let Vanessa catch up, and then we're going to bring the ether. And we're missing our girl Shahidah. She's doing her thing. We love you, girl, and we'll talk. Anyway, you brought up Clint and Gina. Let's talk about it.
She's just I just don't like her.
She's made up her mind that she's not gonna even put any interest in him and blame him for. I mean, when he said he doesn't. Yeah, he doesn't tell me how beautiful I am. I can't remember what she was. She was blaming him on not being present, and he couldn't be any more present for her. He's
and slinging all the food too. I didn't hear her once say that my man is making the food, or thank you for the food, or she's like, "What do you want me to help with the eggs?" Like he's like, "Anything I can help you with?" She's not even like partnering with him at all.
No,
and he made all the meals,
peanut butter and something, waffles and graham crackers. Cinnamon toast, something else.
He made cinnamon toast pancakes, and I was like, I got a little excited about it. I was like, "Come on, Clint, come through, come on over to here, and you can cook all day, as far as I'm concerned, and I'll sleep with you." I mean, seriously, Clint. Like, I don't get it. How do you not understand that Clint is like the most eligible bachelor in America right now, and he's married to you?
He was dreaming about Hank, the dog. I mean,
He should sue her for custody of Hank. He should sue her and get custody of Hank. He will treat Hank better than Gina could ever. He will give Hank the life that Hank could possibly wish for.
On a sailboat,
right?
Eating French toast as a snack.
He blamed him for getting drunk on his birthday.
Yeah. And remember what she said? She said at the when they went lumberjacking, and she was like, "Who would want a guy like that?" And I was like, because hello, it's your birthday, bro. Yeah. When it's my birthday, it's a national holiday as far as I'm concerned. I was born and here I am. So I'm gonna get tore up from the floor up, depending on where I'm at. And here we are. And she just like judged him on that. And I'm like, and then she went into the whole, remember when her employee quit on her? Right. And then she went into the whole, and I'm sitting there and I'm like, bitch, here we are. Let me get my violin and just string.
And he's still supportive.
He's supportive.
Basically.
Yeah, he listened to the whole story, gave her some advice, told her she was great, move on, handle it. You're going to be fine.
You'll be good. Clint started out, as y'all know, I was not a fan of Clint.
You didn't like Clint.
I did not like Clint
we did, though. Didn't we, Chris? Did we like Clint?
I like Clint. I was always a Clint fan.
I was not a fan of Clint, and Clint has now become my number one favorite husband in American Married at First Sight. I absolutely love him. I will take Clint over Woody. Yep.
Woody's pretty good, though. I like Woody.
I like Woody. Don't get me wrong. I like Woody, but I'll take Clint over Woody any day because Clint is just that dude. He is just like, and I like a laid back kind of person. And I like his personality is everything for me. Like last week when he came out, the man pageant, and he had his little thing and he was there. They were like, go Clint. And he was doing his thing. I was like, I like that. And then with it being his birthday, when in Rome, you're on a couple's retreat getaway.
Right.
And it's like where he's cooking the meals and he stepped up. He was hung over AF 2 days in a row. And he got his ass out of bed and popped a couple of Tylenol or Advil or whatever he was taking and hydrated. And he went like a trooper and was like, I'm showing up. I'm going to show up for all these events. Here we are.
Yeah. And you can tell everybody else loves him too. I mean, the guys love him. The girls love him.
Kirsten loves him. Mm. I think Kirsten is looking at him like, hey now, hey.
Kirsten's vocabulary could not even hang. If Gina can't hang with his vocabulary, Kirsten certainly could not.
No.
Kirsten has dead eyes. I've never seen her like. They're always kind of like this, Mm-hmm. They're kind of like glazed over a little bit. Is that because she's not smart? Is that what it is? Because she always seems like, oh God. Anyway,
I wouldn't know. I wouldn't say that she's not smart, but like I've been saying this whole season. Shaq isn't for her. She needs a rah-rah dude. She needs Aris. She needs Aris to be like, bitch, get your ass over here.
Well, she would probably step up more and say what she wants more to Aris. Because, supposedly that's Aris's big thing with Jasmine is she doesn't step up and tell her what she wants.
Again, I'm your wife. I'm not your mother. I'm not here to train you on, how you need to interact with me. I mean, yeah, I guess I'm going to take that back. I guess I should train you how to interact with me, but I'm not here to teach you the basics. Like, I can't teach you the basics of communication.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I can't teach you how to treat a woman. Your parents should have done their damn job. So here we are. I just don't understand that. He wants so much. I mean, in Jasmine.
Let's finish up. We'll finish up.
Yeah, let's finish up Clint and Gina.
Clint and Gina.
He won't say no.
He's the worst. They're both going to say no.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know about that.
You think Clint's going to say yes?
It depends on who goes first.
Yeah,
I think Gina's going to say no.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that Clint might be like,
no, because he knows he's not getting what he should be getting.
Yeah,
he knows he's not getting what he should be getting.
That is true.
He's just playing. Right. He's just being the best person in this marriage he can be until this marriage ends.
Yeah, you're right on that one.
He's just like, he's not gonna be an asshole. He's like, I'm still gonna do the exercises and work with her and do the things and try to get closer, and hopefully he'll turn the thing and hopefully maybe have sex, or he's. But who's it that said? Oh, Eric. We'll get into Eric, what Eric said, but yeah, he's not gonna. He knows what he deserves. He's not getting, because she don't like him. Yeah. She don't even like him.
I think she likes him as a person, but she's not feeling him at all. Like, as far as a relationship,
you can like someone as a person and still be cool. I don't think she's cool at all about him, or you know what I mean? Like she's like, oh yeah, he's a nice guy, but not for me. She's so much in herself. It has nothing to do with her being, he's a great guy, I just don't see it with him. She's like, he's a great guy because I'm not getting so-and-so. Does that make sense?
Yeah. She thinks he's corny. She doesn't get a sense of humor. She doesn't understand what he's saying because she can't understand the vocabulary that is dropping. So she just doesn't get it.
And her lips. Did she do the profile?
Listen, her lips and her nostrils, like camera people, like production people, stop shooting her from the chin up, because I can see your whole ass brain when she's talking. She's like, yeah. And I'm just like, oof, that is not a good look. Like, I don't want to see that.
But she almost has contempt for him that everyone likes him and he's a nice guy.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know what I mean? She's like, because he was in like when he was doing the champagne and they were in the thing, and like not everyone probably wanted champagne on the, but she was looking like such like, oh God, why would he do? She just I don't like her. She's just evil.
Well, she is the perfect example of, when I look at certain women and I'm like, there's a reason why it's not the man. There's a reason why you're single. Mm-hmm. And as a single woman, a single divorced woman, I could be like, I could say that there's a reason why you don't have a boyfriend and you are by yourself, because of her actions and how she's been acting this entire time. She has not given this man one chance. She has not. Even when they were doing their little exercises, I'm like, no, not going to work.
And you saw they're finally doing the haircut. You see that's coming up?
Yeah. Coming up.
Of course she's doing the haircut because she knows it's close to decision day and she's looking for clout for her salon. She ain't doing it because she loves this man, or she wants him to look good. She wants him to have a good haircut, because now all the men in Nashville are going to want to come to her salon. Or at least we know McKinley will, because he slid into her DMs. But here we are. Wow. So I agree with you, Chris. I take it back. I think that he's going to say no too, because he knows he deserves better.
Yeah. He knows that it's not happening.
No.
No and no. Okay.
No and no. Oh, Aris and Jasmine. I kind of felt a little flutter in my chest and was like, don't embarrass me, I was like talking to my TV like, Jasmine, don't embarrass me and say yes on decision day, because bitch, I'll beat your ass. I cannot have this marriage work out.
There was a glimmer of hope from Aris, the way he saw her. I guess he saw the footage of her climbing up the thing, and he liked her booty and the straps.
I liked her booty.
It
always
looks good.
Yeah.
Besides her grill, but we already know she fixed that, but here we are. Go ahead, Vanessa. Sorry.
No, but it looked like he was smiling. He missed her when he had to go away for less than 24 hours. He had to go to work, and he missed her in the not being in the bed, and missed the dog and the whole life. So I think there might be a glimmer of hope. She definitely will say yes. Like Tanya, you said that I thought she was so disappointed with him that she was done, but you could see that she had a little bit of glimmer of hope. They both, I don't know. Chris, what do you think? You don't think they're not going to say?
No, I agree with you. That's why I'm going, no, Jasmine, no, please.
I'm the same way.
I know.
He's kind of, and he also said to her, and maybe he said, and maybe there would be some sort of spark, before I'm like, Nico, you've had 8 weeks for a spark. Like he's miraculously, it's gonna in the last week is gonna have another spark that he wants her, or. Yeah.
A part of me was like analyzing him when he was saying to her, like, I don't know if he's just because he's never been in a really committed relationship before. He's always just been having these hookups. And I just think that it's just difficult for him to explain to her how he feels. I mean, him saying, I miss the dog. I miss the hair on the floor. But he never so much, and she had to say to it, so you miss me.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
You miss
He's never been in love, though. True. Remember, he said he's never been in love.
Right.
He doesn't know what it feels like.
He doesn't know. And I could tell by his eyes and looking at him, and he was kind of like looking at her. They were playing their little Connect 4 game. And he's like, yeah, I miss that. It wasn't a good feeling to like go back to the apartment and I'm quiet. I'm by myself. And it's quiet. And he did check in on her because remember that was one of her gripes because she's like, he would go to work and she was like, all day, I wouldn't hear from him. Mm-hmm. And she said he was checking in, he was texting and keeping up on what was going on. And I was like, okay. But I'm like, is it a little too late though, brother? Because
what is his problem with her is that she doesn't have a big butt and she doesn't ask for what she wants, right?
Right.
Those are his two problems with her. Because what other problem would he have with her? Really?
Nothing.
He can learn to love that booty. Come on.
Yes, he can, because I love that booty. Because every time she comes in with that whole spandex outfit on, I'm just like, bitch, I can't stand you. Like, I could wear that, but I got to put a whole Spanx, Skims, or something on, and I'm going to suck in on top of that. I got to suck in my gut and do the whole 9. And I'm like, bro. She's the package. Mm-hmm. You can fix teeth, as we know.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think he's going to say yes?
Do you think he's going to say? I think he might say yes. I think he feels like he's 39. She would be a perfect wife. He can teach her and mold her. He's still the alpha even though he wants her to dominate, he's still going to be the alpha.
Yeah.
So if she gets more, sassy with him, he'll love it. And I think he can work with that.
I think they're going to be the surprise couple of this season. I think, obviously, with the other couple that we know, everybody knows going to say yes. I think that they might be the breakthrough couple that might be like, yes, and possibly can work. Now, I don't know if it's going to last down the road, but, that's just marriage in general. But I'm like, I think I might be shocked at decision day because I think she's going to say yes.
Yeah. And she seems like it's not like she's asexual. She's got a sexual appetite. She's ready to dive in. So that's not even in a question for him. If he's a freak, he knows that she can match his level. So allowing her to,
she needs to express it. Like she needs to be like I say with Kirsten wanting that rah-rah guy that's going to be like, get your ass over here. I think that Aris needs that from a woman. I mean, he's going to be the alpha, but I think he wants his woman to be like, don't talk to me like that. Mm-hmm. Get off you're on your phone. I want to it's our time now. I need you to put that phone down, Aris. Mm. And you know what? It's time to go to bed. It's time to, get something popped off in this bedroom. Let's go. I think he'd be like sprung if she did that.
He keeps saying that. He keeps wanting her to be more aggressive or, And I think the more comfortable, like if he said yes, I think she'd really be, I think she needs to feel more secure, more comfortable and secure in her thing for her to really open up to him because she's just holding on to it and then like trying not to be in love as opposed to if he was like, from the beginning, she'd have been all in.
Yeah.
But she's trying to hold on to some kind of dignity or something, even though she can't hold on to everything. And,
Yeah.
I think she just needs to have feel comfortable or feel secure. She needs security from him. And
hate to go back, but I forgot that in the after party, remember Clint said that when the cameras are off, Gina doesn't even talk to him at all.
I didn't.
Clint said,
I watched it. Yes.
She doesn't even look at him, acknowledge him, nothing. And when the cameras are on, then she's a different person.
Well, there you go.
Remember that?
I remember that. Yes, I did watch it, and I wasn't surprised, but I was like, wow, Gina, you need to go to Hollywood and get a job or something, because bitch, you're like his BFF on screen.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they seem like they have a good time and they get on well. And then when the cameras, I don't know how people can switch that light switch off like that. Like, I can't have rapport with you while cameras are in front of me. And then when the cameras go off, I'm like, yeah, we're done here.
Well, it'd be good. It'd be easier to do it with Clint because he's a nice guy, and you know he's not gonna be an asshole to you on camera. Call you out. He's not gonna call her out on camera. He's like, let me just have her be who she's gonna be. But
but that's just rude though, because be who you are. Like, if you're not into him, then do a Dom and McKinley and just move on. Listen, Gina, if you know that this isn't why are you here? If this isn't the man for you, and we already know, and all of America knows, and all of Europe knows, because I'm sure it's probably streamed all over, everybody knows you're not going to say yes. Like, you're just moving on. So just end it.
She even said it was easier for McKinley and so and so.
Right.
Remember, she said, so easy for them to say, forget it.
And walk away.
It's so much harder. I'm like, well, then why didn't you just make it easy for yourself and everybody in the rest of America and move the fuck on, girl?
Yeah.
Well, here's the thing with this, because there's only 4 couples. Dom and McKinley went their separate ways. So she could have probably voiced it after Dom was like, I want a divorce. She could have probably voiced it and was like, I want out of this. I'm not going to I'm not going to be married to this man after decision day. So let's just part our ways. Production probably could have said, I don't know that. I'm not in that world. So I'm just thinking, like, maybe the producers and the directors was like, just stay in it because we only got 4 couples.
Yep.
Once again, the good part of UK is that if there's a week when someone says, I want to stay, and they both stay, they stay. If one says, I want to leave, and the other one says, I want to stay, they have to stay for one more week.
Uh-huh.
One more week. And if they don't want it after a week or can't convince themselves to go, then they keep on going until they both say leave.
Yep. And that's why I think the American Married at First Sight needs to take a page from the UK Married at First Sight. Bring all these couples in. Because listen, when I first started Married at First Sight UK, and Vanessa, you're probably going to feel the same when you're watching. You're going to be like, who are all these people? I literally have my phone making a list. Okay, we got George and April. We got Adrian and Thomas. There were so many couples.
2 gay couples as well.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, a lesbian couple and a gay man couple. And they got biracial couples.
Older people have been married before, like people who's 50.
They were in their 50s. Yep.
I mean, it's just you'll see this. You'll see. It's so worth it.
It's a good, and I like it that you have so many couples, so that when the 2 that finally decided that we're gone, then they brought 2 more in. So there's literally like a total of, I think it's like 8 or 9 couples right now.
Right.
And it's like they just bring the dinner, between the dinner parties and the
ceremonies,
the commitment ceremonies. That's all that's it about. Like, they don't do it so much.
Everybody else. They do the ceremonies in front of everybody else.
In front of the couples.
Yep. It's all the couples come together.
Pressure on them one way or the other. They're rooting for them. They're not rooting for them. And I'm telling you, the 3 experts, they're so good with Ricky. You'll see this anyway. Go ahead. That's what I'm saying. We're stuck with in the American version. We were stuck with these 4 couples. Like we know how that Gene and them's gonna, and we're just debating. Oh, is Aries gonna say yes or no? I mean, we know what's going on with all, and there's no improvement or no like, oh, that's so far gone, it's never coming back.
Yeah,
you know. And even like you can see like Chris and Nicole, you can see that they're gonna definitely be, they're definitely gonna stay together. But in like the UK version, that could seem like together, and all of a sudden it kind of falls apart. It's just so much better. Anyway,
the dinner party. Here's the thing: the dinner party is the best part of Married at First Sight UK, because all these couples come together, and they're all talking to each other. They're all breaking bread with each other, eating food and drinking, and they're all conversing with each other like, what's going on with you? And they're being brutally honest with each other. They're not sugarcoating this shit like Gatlinburg, Tennessee couples getaway. And they're just like, nyah, 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 nyah. Mm-hmm. This is, we're at dinner and shit is about to hit the fan. Like this is my husband. And yeah, we had a good one day. And then he showed his ass, or I showed my ass, or she showed her ass and he showed his ass. And the couples talk about it. Mm-hmm. I love, that's my favorite part about Married at First Sight UK is that dinner. And second is the commitment ceremony, because you got those expert, listen, Pastor Cal, Peppa, all of them need to watch those experts. And I'm so glad that brother, I forgot his name, that American brother is an expert on UK, and he is on point, and they have no problem with calling that bullshit out. Like when the couples get on the couch and they start ting, 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 yip, 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 at each other, he's like, and the other ladies are like, no, we're gonna stop this right now.
Whitney looks miserable right now because she's rolling her eyes. What's the problem?
Right.
Like you'll see. Anyway, going back to
you got to see that. It's amazing.
So Eris may say yes.
I think they might be the wild card. At this point, I mean, unless again we got next week to go, and unless something goes south next week, I'm just thinking that they might be the wild card, and they both may say yes and try to work it out.
I think so.
But I'm hoping that Jasmine, I'm going to have to channel her and send her some good juju, because I'm going to need Jasmine to be like, no, go marry your cousin, which we already know that ain't his cousin.
I think she has a little bit more control over her feelings now, of her worthiness a little bit more now than she did before. She seems a little more confident. Now, I think he's reacting to her more having confidence in who she is.
But I'm surprised, like even like when he did at the table give her that compliment about what a great woman she was or whatever, and she started crying, that would have been a great opportunity to say, turn to him and at least give him a kiss on the cheek to like get some physical thing going, as opposed to still being.
She didn't want to get rejected. He would have rejected her. He'd have been like, he wouldn't have known what to do if she went, thank you so much. He'd have probably recoiled, because I've never seen them kiss.
I know. Yeah. Would have been an opportunity for her to like.
No, if I was Jasmine, I wouldn't have done that. If he'd have said that, I would have did exactly what Jasmine did. But I would have been like, I would have sat there and been like, what you ain't gonna do, boo boo, is embarrass me on national television. I ain't gonna try to get up and kiss you or give you a hug, and you be like,
That should have been his cue. His cue should have been at least give her a hug, or at least touch her, or at least go to her, and then I could see her reciprocating, but
or at least put his hand on her shoulder, or something,
or at least say it to her in private. Like, don't wait. This is for me. That's just fake to me. Like, if you really mean this, like, we live together. Like, why can't you just say it to me in the house? Then if you want to say it at the group dinner or at our getaway, then you can say it. But don't come at me, because now I'm gonna look at you as disingenuous.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like, I look at him, if that was me and he said this, and I'd be looking at him like, okay, great. I'd have my drink like, thank you. Yeah. Dot my little tears. I dot my little tears. But then I'd be in the back of my brain, because I know how my brain works, I'd be saying to myself, why couldn't he say this to me at home?
Because he has to be forced to say it. And that's if he's prompted to say something, no one's prompting him at home. But when there's pressure of everyone else there, and of course he's going to say some nice things to her. Well, because he's forced to say it.
Was he really forced to say it? Or, I mean, I guess he's forced to say it, but I'm like,
pressured, but he's in a public, he has to say something. He would never do it on his own. He can't do it on his own because he doesn't know how to do it on his own. Does that make sense?
Right.
So you think he was showboating?
Yeah, or something like that. He's just weird too. He's just kind of.
Yeah, he's an odd dude. He's an odd dude.
He's weird, and he is not attractive. I'm sorry, Jasmine. I don't know what men you've dated in the past, but listen to me. If I would have walked down that aisle and he turned around and looked at me, I'd have been like, oh, no, we could. I'm good. I'd have been the first bride in Married at First Sight history. I'd have been like, this isn't good. I already know this isn't going to work. I'm going to save everybody the time and the investment in my
You're going to be Alyssa? You're going to be Alyssa?
I would be Alyssa. And I wouldn't be Alyssa having the meltdown. I would just be Tanya. You know me, Chris. You know how I would do. I'd be like, nah, this ain't going to work. Turn around.
Well, remember, in the very first season, Jamie and what's his name, she did the same thing. She was like, I am not attracted to him. I do not like this dude. And then they have 2 kids together now, 3 kids.
Yeah, but see, Jamie walked down the aisle and married him. Me, I would be halfway down the aisle and see him, and I'd be like, this has got to stop.
He is not that, he's not as ugly as, like you see a hunchback at the altar.
He's not attractive, Chris.
You would still go through.
I would not marry him.
What about Shaq?
150% not my type. And I'd be like, this ain't gonna work. First, I'm a beard girl. But I don't like that Fu Manchu beard. He's got that beard that kind of hangs down. You got to keep that shit close to the cuff. Once it starts to expand, we're done. And I know that's fixable. But he is just does not do it for me at all. So I wouldn't do an Alyssa. I wouldn't do a Jamie. This marriage would not even happen. We wouldn't even go through this shit of let's Aris know. Let's Tanya's family let Aris know what she's about. Because I'd be like, this is done. I'm out. And I'm gonna take this dress off and I'm gonna sell it on eBay or something, and I'm out. This ain't gonna work. I can't fake that shit. It depends now. Well, here's where it would depend, because it depends on what Lifetime is gonna be writing them checks to me. I'll be like, how much you paying me to marry this man? And then stay in this process for 8 weeks. Because now we're gonna have a discussion, because now it's just a legal thing for me, because I can always get divorced. It ain't no big thing. But you're gonna pay me. If you want me to stay, you're gonna pay me, or else I'm out.
So Kirsten and Shaq?
He's out again. Every time she's complaining about him and the communication, it's the same thing. Our communication. They don't talk. She doesn't talk. She doesn't understand where he's coming from. So she's like, he's not making sense. And he's like, she's not giving me anything,
Nothing. He is the scholar looking at her like, what the fuck? Like, honey, what's up there? Every time he looks at her, that's what I'm thinking. He's thinking in his head. He's like, boo-boo.
She knows her real estate terms, though. That was impressive to him that she walked to the house and was talking about, look at the farmhouse sink. The farmhouse sink. Yeah, exactly. So she knows she knows the knowledge of selling a house. So I think that was exciting to him, but that was and he liked her in that red get up with the red boa.
Ooh, he sure did. He was like, and when I kind of chuckled on that one because I thought that was kind of cute when he was putting on they had their little outfits, him and Chris, and then he's like, "What you doing here, ma'am?" And she's like, he's like, "What are you here for, ma'am?" She's like, "I'm here for you." And he's like, "Well, here we go." I was like, I thought that was cute, but I was like, yeah, that ain't gonna work.
But he needs a stylist too. He dresses country nice. He had when they were at the like a stripes. Did you see the stripes? It was
Beetlejuice. He had his Beetlejuice juice.
Yeah, no, he had another one that maybe it was the same jacket. But I was like, Shaq, you need some wardrobe help.
No, this is Shaq as I don't even know how old Shaq is. I'm going to assume he's in his 30s. But Shaq this is the new way of these young men that wear these. I don't find it attractive at all because I'm a woman of a certain age, and I just do not like these European tight fitting suits on men. I don't like the high waters. I don't like the button where literally if you sneeze, your jacket's gonna explode. And I don't like none of that. I don't like the colors. I'm basic I need a man to have a basic ass tailored suit, black, gray, and blue. Period. And if you're a black man, don't you ever come in front of me wearing a white suit because I'm gonna set your ass on fire. Period. End of story. I don't give a damn.
Not even at the wedding.
Oh, hell no, at the wedding. That's a sin. Oh, Vanessa, don't get me started on that. I've been to so many weddings where the brother comes out and I'm like, oh, really? With the white suit? Really? Can't you wear a black? I listen, with regards to a white tuxedo, here's the thing. I'm very formal on things. I think weddings should be formal. I think the man should wear a very well-tailored tuxedo. And, I think the guests should show some class and, dress appropriately. But with regards to the man with a white suit, the only thing that I will take is the black tuxedo slacks, right? Mm-hmm. And the white
dinner jacket
with the black bow tie. And I don't know, you don't need a cummerbund and a vest. I think that's just old. But I think, the basic black tie, white tailor jacket, tailored black tuxedo pants with a white shirt, I'm okay with that. But when you're wearing the white shoes, the white pants, the white jacket, the white shirt, and the white tie,
and your black face
on your black ass, I'm gonna be like, I'm looking at the bride. I'm gonna be sitting in the congregation like, ooh, sis, Godspeed, because you're gonna be dressing this Negro for the rest of your life. Not a good look for me. I don't like it.
Shaq is definitely over her.
He's over.
He's not gonna say yes.
Oh, I don't think Shaq's gonna say yes. I think she'll say yes, but I don't think Shaq's gonna say yes. I think she may say yes.
She still hasn't introduced her to the family, so I think she's holding out. She's not gonna say yes. And she'll blame him for it.
She's not attracted to. I still think she's not attracted to him, and she keeps using the communications excuse for not wanting to. I mean, even though they're having sex, it's still.
Are they having sex still?
They can consummate. They consummated the marriage, but I don't know if they're having sex.
You could tell if they were fucking. I think
that is true.
I don't think because with his attitude toward, or it's really bad between the two of them because he don't even look like he want to touch her anymore. Like when she was like, "We need to communicate more," he's like, "I talk to you."
And she wants to communicate with him at 3 a.m. Who does that? I'm not trying. When I go to bed, when it's time to go to bed, I don't want to have serious discussions when we're laying in bed. That's just not the place for that for me. And he's like, she's she wants to lay in bed and we're up. And the next thing I know, it's like 3 a.m. and I'm looking at her like, I got to get up at 6. I got to get up at 3 hours. And she doesn't care.
Right. Because it's about her.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And he kind of looks at her. I tried to read the room and look at his face and assess his face, because I think when he looks at her, when they have that little conversation on the balcony and she's like, well, we communicate. And he's looking at her like,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, nothing. Yeah. He's like, and she's
Like-
kind of like this. She's, she has that look. Well, I think we should so and so.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's nothing up there.
I think again, this couple, I think it's going to depend on who they ask for their decision first. I think if they go to Shaq, I think Shaq's going to say no.
Mm-hmm.
And then she's probably going to say no. But if they go to her first, I think that she might try to say, I'm just saying, because the way that she looks at him sometimes, you know, with what he does. And I'm like, she might be like, you know what? Let's try to make this work. And I'm going to say yes. I don't know if it's going to work afterwards, but I think she's going to say yes.
But I think she won't say yes because she knows he's going to say no.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think she thinks he's going to say yes. Because you can tell, because when they first started going out, he was all in.
He was.
And now he's like, what? Huh? Oh yeah. Well, he don't give 2 shits about her. Like, and maybe that's what's bringing her more closer to him, or she seems like more like the eager one or closer, but he's like, he's done. And even she's like, oh, you packed my stuff? He's like, yeah. You know, he put the stuff away. He's like, he's being a nice, cordial guy for his wife.
Wasn't packing that shit. He was shoving her shit in his suitcase. He was just like, and I'm saying, she's like, oh, you're so nice packing my stuff. And I'm like, bitch, he ain't packing your stuff. He's just grabbing what's out there that you left. And he's like, we got to go. Because he's got to go. He got to get back for a meeting. Right. And she's just standing there, you know, talking. Boo-boo, I got to go.
Yeah.
And he's like grabbing her shit and tossing it in his suitcase. Why can't, ma'am? Why? I'm channeling my inner Shahidah. Yeah. Ma'am, why couldn't you pack your own shit? Why you leaving, you know, a sprinkle here, a sprinkle there? Like, for me, I take that as a test. I don't like being tested in relationships because she was already packed. So, miss, you mean to tell me you forgot to pack all this other stuff in your suitcase? And now you're just looking at your husband, grabbing your stuff and putting it in his, stuffing it in his suitcase because he's like, I got to go. I got work in the morning.
Right.
And I don't know how far Gatlinburg is from Nashville, but I'm going to assume it's a couple of hours, maybe 2, maybe 3.
Yeah.
It's a trek. I think going to the last couple.
Oof.
Nicole, she's getting on my nerves. And Chris, why did he appease and put the damn dinosaur thing on? That's when he needed to be like, no, I ain't doing that shit. But he's like, okay. He's like,
why? Exactly why?
He's like, well, because it'd be fun. And she's testing him. She's still testing him to see if he's going to stand up for himself. And that was a perfect. And then when they cut away to, did you appease? He's like, yeah. And they cut back to the thing. You see that? I was like, wow, okay.
I don't know if she's testing him. I think she's just being Nicole. That's what Nicole does.
But she's been asking him to step up for himself. And this is just another thing. I wonder if she's going to go along with everything that I say. And he did once again. He's not pushed back one time saying, dinosaur.
No, but he pushed back when she was like, let's get our plan before decision day. He said, we already talked about this. We already have the plan. So he put her, like, shut her down. Like, we talked about this.
In terms of conversation, but in terms of actions, he has not stopped. Like, she says, let's do this. He's like, okay. Yes, you're right about, I agree with you about, he finally said, we'll talk about it afterwards. We'll appeasing, trying to get her to, but the direct thing of like, I want you to do this, and he's like, nah, I don't know if I want to.
Mm-hmm.
Just say no. I wish he had said no. I was rooting for him to say no. To
the
take
preview for the preview for next week with her father saying, "When you gonna get rid of that fool or something?" Loser.
I kept I put the captioning on. I said, "What did he say?" And it said in the captions, "Why would you want to be married to such a person?" And I was like, and I kept rewinding it like this, and he was not saying person, he was saying loser. And I was like, person, that's not person, that's loser.
Yeah. So I don't know what happens. I mean, something had to have happened. We'll see it next week, but something had to have happened for him to say, why are you still with this loser? Because, I mean, at the end of the day, Chris is not a loser compared to, I mean, sorry, Nicole's daddy. Where were you when your daughter was getting burnt up with cigarette butts on her ass?
Mm-hmm.
So why all of a sudden is Chris a loser? I don't understand that, but we'll see next week.
Yeah. And he was like, don't let her boss you around. Remember, he was talking to Chris, like, you know, so obviously they've had a contentious relationship and she doesn't feel safe because her father never validated her worth. So it's all on the father, I think.
Yep. I agree with you. I mean, again, it goes back to the parents. Her parents are divorced, and who knows how her dad treated her mom.
Mm-hmm.
And who knows how he's treating his new wife. I mean, that's a moot point to Nicole. But again, here we are. I don't get it. Nicole kind of like, when they went putt-putt golfing, and I was like, boo-boo. Like, I'm a competitive person too, but I'm not going to have a whole ass tantrum.
Right.
At putt-putt golf. Like, that's just minor shit.
And they're all rigged. Every putt-putt is rigged so you don't get it in the hole because that's the way they make it. So
that's how they make their money.
Exactly.
And it was like watching the slow decline. Like, they started off and she was like, and then the next thing you know, it was like, oh boy, she's smacking the ball. I'm like, well, maybe if you hit the ball a little bit, you know, softer, it might go in.
A lot. She beats herself up a lot because she has no one to beat her up in this relationship.
That's that part.
You know, if he was more,
ain't said nothing but a word.
If he was more like, stop, okay, you know, you're doing fine, don't worry about, or because oh God, well, I don't know why we're playing a kid's game. I'd be like, Nicole, please stop.
Well, she always needs validation. That's her thing. She always is putting her shit out there that, like, she needs to be validated. And it's okay. So I'm jumping over to the UK with George and April. You'll see it, Vanessa, when you watch it. George is the male version of Nicole minus the cigarette burns and the shoulder blades. But it's like, we are a certain age at this point in your life. Like, I'm not here to validate you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not here. I love you. If I'm with you, I'm with you. If I love you, I love you. But I don't have to continuously validate you every day. That's not how this works. And I think that this is what's going to be the demise of Chris and Nicole. I think he genuinely loves her. And I think he really wants to make it work with her. And I'm assuming she's already in. Like, she's already, like, aggressively talking to him about the lease thing. Like, where are we gonna live? Because I don't want to. We living together. After we say I do, like, we say yes. Like, I don't want to go living back in my apartment by myself, and you live in your apartment by myself. So she's already in.
Right.
But I just think that that's going to be the demise of that marriage.
What does he do for a living? What does Chris do for a living?
I think I can't remember what he does for a living.
Because I'd love to know, like, what's he like at work?
I think he's in IT too. I think he's in IT like Aris is. Look it up.
That haircut though. Oof. Short
Girl.
hair, there and a.
Ooh. He looked better. He looked better at the man pageant last week when he had that John Bon Jovi wig on and came out with his little, suit, his little 1980s tuxedo. I was like, okay, Chris. Then he took the wig off, and I was like, no, we're good here.
My man needs to work out. He needs to work out a little bit too.
Yeah. Again, I will give Married at First Sight, I'll give them a solid. They're like the people on there, like not the contestants, the couples on there, they're real. Average. They're real. Like these are 20 and 30-year-old women that are thick. And these are 20 and 30-year-old men that aren't all buffed up and, cut and 8-pack and all that. These are real people. And I appreciate that because sometimes when you look at them, I'm like, really?
Like the Bachelor.
Christopher relocated from Chicago to Nashville 3 years ago for work.
But it doesn't say what he does?
That's on Lifetime's thing too.
I have to pay attention the next time I watch.
I wonder what he does. Because I'd like to see if he has confidence at work. Because he doesn't seem like I have any confidence in anything.
I think he's confident.
Yeah, I do too. I think he's confident.
I think he's managing her. He's loving her as on the side. He's constantly managing her energy and her thoughts and her doubt. And also he does a lot of management, which he does kind of well. I mean, he's not engaged in the emotion, but he's always managing her.
And he's also comes from bad relationships, toxic women in his life. He's made no secret about that, where he's like, a couple of my last relationships, the women were toxic as hell, and I'm not doing this. And remember, he said earlier in the season, he thought that Nicole had them toxic qualities, and he was kind of questioning that. He's like, I don't know if I'm ready, if I can commit to her, if she's going to be this toxic person. So I think Chris is a good assessor as far as he's just doing what he's doing. He loves her, but he's watching her and, seeing what she, listening to what she says, watching what she does. And he's just, he's not coming out and being like, Gah! He's just like internalizing it. So that's where I also think, I think that they're both going to say yes, but they also might be a wild card where she will be like, yes. And he might be like, no. Do you want a lifetime with that? I'm not trying to raise you. So I don't know. He might say yes.
Lifetime TV show was created on July 2014 on FYI. The premise derives from the Danish TV show Gift van First Blik. The first season took place in New York City and Jersey. So it's Danish thing.
Okay. Well, the UK does it better then.
The UK does it the best, girl. The UK does it the best.
It was better than Love Is Blind. It's better than it's the.
No, I saw it in London a couple, but I haven't seen this season. So
this season's really good. This is the only season I've seen.
The best. This is the only season I've seen too. The best wedding in Married at First Sight history. Chris, you might disagree with me, but the best wedding in Married at First Sight history. I've never seen Australia, so I'll have to take them off the map. But between UK and America was Gemma and Matt. When Chris, when he rolled up, when she's ready to walk down the aisle and her family all the families is there, and all of a sudden you hear, this is UK.
Is he the stripper?
No.
You'll see.
You'll see. I'm not gonna say. All I'm gonna say, and they come in later. Just wait for Gemma and Matt's wedding and how Matt rolls up to the wedding. I literally flatlined. I am in love with Matt. Like, Matt is like the sleeper cell. Like, I look at Matt and I'm like, Matt don't like people like us. But Matt is a friggin' teddy bear wrapped up in a white supremacist body. That's all I'm going to say. And I absolutely adore him. And the way he rolled up to that wedding, and I was like, oh my God, I'm never getting married again. But if I ever, hit my head and decide to get married again, I'm going to need my dude to roll up like Matt rolled up to his wedding. I was like, I can't with him. That was the best wedding ever in Married at First Sight history.
Okay.
It's good.
It's really good. So,
are you talking Love is Blind or no? Did you already have that discussion, or we're done?
Did you watch it?
Yeah,
you did watch it. Girl, let's talk about it real quick. All I got to talk about is the petition that's going around to remove Nick and Vanessa Lachey and replace them with, what's the couple? The couple.
The black, the interracial
couple. Interracial couple.
That are on this season?
No.
The one that from the first season. They were great.
Yeah. And they're still together, and
yeah.
I liked him. I like both of them. They're good. They're good.
Can we talk about Jacquelina?
Oh, supposedly Marshall. What did I say? Marshall.
He's dating Tiffany, and Brett introduced him to he's got a new woman now. And apparently Tiffany and Brett introduced him to her. So he's dating a sister that I don't know if she's a doctor or a nurse, but they showed the picture of her and she had a stethoscope around her neck. So I was like, but I didn't see any badges.
Who's Tiffany and Brett?
Tiffany and Brett, the black couple from this past season.
Oh, Brett. Yes. No, is her name Tiffany too?
Yes, Tiffany and Brett.
Oh, who's the one that Marshall's ex? Is her name
Jacquelina?
Okay.
The one with the hair.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh. Mm-hmm. And the one that, she took his ring and then went on the honeymoon and then they came back and then she's like, yeah, I don't want to be with you because she wants to be with cauliflower ear. I am sorry. I don't care, men. I don't care what you do. I don't care who you are. Leave me alone. Don't talk to me if your ears are all swollen up and cauliflowered out. That is not a good look.
Is he a boxer?
He's a fighter. He's
a fighter. He's an MMA fighter.
That's how you get it.
Yeah. That is the worst ever. He's got CTE and he gonna kill her in 20 years. Jesus, you want to date a man that got cauliflower ears?
That's Marshall's and his
new lady. Oh. She's pretty. So
he was kind of stank, though. I don't know.
Yeah, he was kind of. Yeah,
he seemed a little two-faced. Like he was not quite as genuine toward the end as he seemed like he had a lot of excuses.
Yeah, at the reunion, but again, the reunion was a little messed up because I just don't like the way, again, Nick Lachey and Vanessa Lachey, I don't like the way they pose them questions. I mean, I could have done better and I'm not even in this business. I'm like, I had all kinds of questions and I watched it and I was like, you're not even asking like the basics of the shit. Mm-hmm. Like Irina, I would have went hard on Irina. Let's talk about that.
Oof.
She was just evil from the beginning, just being snotty and snippy. And remember, the girl was crying. She was over there laughing at her. She
was hiding. Remember, she got up and was like crouched over. That was Kwame's girl, Chelsea, that was talking about that. And she's like crouching and she's listening and laughing. And her and Micah, listen, birds of a feather flock together. And I look at it like this. Micah's friends, if those are the friends you want to meet your husband or fiance, Shelby, that's her name, Shelby. And when at your wedding and your fiance says, I can't do this. This isn't meant to work. And your friend who's your bridesmaid in your wedding is laughing. Mm-hmm. That's what disturbed me the most with Micah and Paul's wedding, was her friend Shelby. That was like, like your friend is going through it. Like she's getting friggin' humiliated. And it's like, you're sitting there like, I don't even know why I'm here. Like, what? And I'm like, that's not your friend.
And she's like the other blonde last season. Remember the other chick who always wore the hats, those Coachella hats? She was.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
I forgot. Yeah. There was last season, there was a blonde and she didn't get picked. And she was always in the peripheral trying to get with the guy who was kind of
Shane. That was it. Shane and Shayna. That was it. Shane and Shayna.
Oh, yeah.
He was always like just hanging out with a big old hat and, you know, trying to disrupt that other marriage. Yeah. Or the other relationship. Yeah.
The only thing I will say about Love is Blind is I love the fact that the majority of the marriages that work and the couples that work out are people of color. Same with Married at First Sight. The couples that are together, if you look at it, it's people of color that have stayed together, had children. Well, I'm not talking about Love is Blind. I'm talking about Married at First Sight. But Love is Blind, same thing. If you look at the reunion, you got Tiffany, Brett, Jacquelina, Marshall. Who else was there?
Kwame and the
Kwame.
Yeah.
Yep. Kwame, even though he got married to Chelsea.
Right.
Kwame, you had 5. Like the majority every year, consistently with Love is Blind and consistently with Married at First Sight, the people that have succeeded has always been people of color. I've been paying attention to that. And the problematic ones.
Well, we'll see whether anybody on Married at First Sight is going to be married who's a person of color, because I don't know. Unless it's Eris and, you know.
Yeah, I don't know. We already know Chris and Nicole's gonna be that, but I don't know about everybody else, but we shall see. We might have to go live on that one. We might have to have a live. Why am I saying that? Because you know my ass gonna be in the bed.
Is Decision Day live always or no? No, it's not live. It's already taped.
No, it's already taped, but I'm saying we should do like a live watch party of it. But I'm saying I caught myself because I'm saying to myself, child, please, you have not stayed up in the history of Married at First Sight to watch it as it airs. Ain't gonna work.
I'm just so over it. I'm telling you.
I'm over Married at First Sight. But guess what? Here's the thing. The next season, do you know where the next season of Married at First Sight is going to tape?
Let's see. They did San Diego.
And I used to live there. And I think it's going to be epic. Dallas, baby.
But didn't we have Texas already? We had Houston.
We had Houston, I think. Yeah, we had Houston. Dallas.
They've never done LA.
Huh?
We did San Diego.
They've never done Los Angeles. No, they did San Diego.
Who gets married in LA and wants to stay married? No one gets married in LA.
Yeah, no. I think there's a reason why they won't be a Married at First Sight LA, because we already know. Come on now. The people that are going to get on that, they ain't trying to get married. They're just trying to get their next audition or get their next role. Here we are.
And why did they do that, Kat? What was up with Seattle? Or were they in Seattle or Portland?
Seattle. Love is Blind was Seattle.
Why were they in? That was all took place in Seattle?
Well, all the people were supposedly from Seattle, but then we had Kwame lived in Portland as well as Brett.
Oh. Okay.
So I don't know what the difference. I've never been to Seattle or Portland, so I don't know what the drive difference is. I think it might be a couple hours. It might be like LA to Vegas, but even then, that's like Boston to New York. I ain't trying to be driving that shit on a regular. No.
And guess what? The next season of Indian Matchmaker just came out.
I saw that.
No. Is it good?
It's pretty good too. Yeah.
I like Indian Matchmaker. I gotta watch it. I might have to binge it this week.
Third season just came out. Third. Yeah, that's pretty good.
But I have to finish. I can't believe. Oh my God, I'm on recording saying this. I can't believe I'm about to admit, Chris, it's your fault.
What?
Seeking brother husband. I can't with you on that shit. I just watched the latest episode. I watched the latest episode today, and I was like,
it's about women that have two husbands that are trying to.
I saw the trailer. I was not interested.
I watched it, Vanessa. I was sitting here one day and I had nothing. I was caught up on all my shows. And I was like, Chris talked about this Seeking brother husband. And my dumb ass went on TLC and watched the first episode. And I texted him and I was like, him and Shahidah, I was like, why you got me watching this shit? Now I'm hooked. I can't. And I'm hooked only because I can't believe that people exist. Like, I don't want one man, let alone two, up in my house.
No.
I'm good. I can't do it. I'm not trying to appease all these emotions up in here. We good. Oh, I just can't. I'm just tapping my third eye right now on that one. I just got a little hot on that one, Chris. But thank you. I'm going to thank you for that, brother, for, texting us saying, Seeking brother husband.
I don't know. I was in the other one, the first one, which was the Seeking sister wife.
That is true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Seeking sister wife is the guy with the two, the black guy with the two, or three, the three women who all work.
Oh, yes. In Utah. Was he in Utah? What state were they at?
Yeah, Sister Wives. I mean, the original one, Sister Wives on TLC?
They're Seeking Sister Wives, which is like a couple looking for a second or third wife. And they weren't Mormon. And this brother has three women. One was pregnant, and he has three women, and they all work, and he stays home and reads.
Because they said he is the king of this house and he's so intelligent. And I'm Vanessa. When I watched that, I couldn't finish that series because I was just too disgusted, and I didn't want to break my TVs in my house watching it. But I was like, And he's like, and they're talking about they were all laying in the same bed. Remember that episode, Chris, where they were all the three women, and is that the man?
What?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's him.
Oh.
And I'm saying to myself, I can't even get a date because I don't want a date. But even if I couldn't even get a date because I don't leave my house unless I got to go to the grocery store or travel. But I'm like, but you got three women looking like that?
Right.
Terrible.
Anyway.
All right. Well, thank you guys. I'm going to end this recording, but thank you. We'll see y'all next week at Shahidah. We love you.
Yeah. One more to go.
I hope it's one more to go. Here we go.